Hey, Glenn. We started off?
Chris, how are you?
Listen, I hate to start on a bad note, but
Uh-oh.
I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Yep. You sitting down?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Turns out people actually listen to this thing. Yeah.
What?
So I was at work a couple weeks ago, and somebody I work with, they work on my team. They're like, hey, I saw you have something going on out there on the internet. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what he was talking about. And he's like, I don't know. I brought it up, and I went, oh. So now, yeah. So now I got to be really guarded and careful about what I say because, people have ears. And these people, I think they respect me. I'm not sure. But I think they do.
That's the funniest joke you told
Come on,
in 17
I almost
episodes.
had a straight. I almost had a straight
That's
face.
awesome, man.
Let me try it again. And these people respect me, and and I still can't do it.
No.
So yeah, I mean, good news. I guess people listen. Bad news is people at my job.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do, right?
Exactly.
In this era of openness and sharing.
That's right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about Disney.
That's the tack I'm going to take. You want to do politics? That seems to be de rigueur.
No, but we do have a revamped website.
Yeah, we do.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I cracked the whip and got our little coder monkey working.
Mm-hmm.
Put that out there. So, yeah. Nobody goes to the site. I mean, I'm glad to find
I
a
go
podcast,
to it.
But do you?
At least once a week.
Yeah, now you got a pretty picture of yourself up there.
No
Bio.
Which I need to retake.
Yeah, you look kind of stuffy, man. I thought you were going to go with that other one with you, like, I like the one you staged where you had, like, all your favorite things.
That's even worse, man.
Oh, no, I like that one.
No.
You had a little technology, a little Disney, a little...
No.
Yeah.
I need to take one at Disney or something. So.
Yeah, actually, I was going to tell you that when you're down here, you need to do something for... while we're at Disney. For me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have that other thing? Are we talking about the fact that you're coming to visit me? You coming all the way down to say hi to me?
No. Well, I
see
see on Trello that there might be an opening to talk about that, but
yeah. See,
yeah,
I do my job, kind of.
You do. I know. So we'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
All right.
What are we going to start?
Okay. So the first thing on our agenda.
Yeah.
Is, and you actually posted this.
I did.
So one of the Disney artists, he recreated or redrew the first Walt Disney comic that appeared in a newspaper. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize it was going to be half an hour long.
Yeah, I didn't either. I started playing it, and I'm like, "Oh, this will be cool." I thought it was gonna be like one of those fast motion kind of.
Right.
No, it was it was real time. Excuse me. Oh my God.
Yeah. So he draws the comic, but he's telling stories the whole time, and he does it on the actual desk
right.
that the original artist used,
right.
Which is really cool too.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I respect people with any kind of artistic ability, so I thought it was just neat to see. You always love to see art get created, right? Like how especially one that you appreciate but don't have necessarily any talent with, like me in drawing. And it's neat. It's worth a watch. You might want to put the YouTube thing on the 1.5 times, but
yeah. And what I found cool too was actually seeing him draw it in pen and pencil and actual analog. He's not doing it on a computer or with a stylus or anything like that. He's actually drawing this, and it's just really cool to see that how he does it. So it's cool to watch. I'll put the link in the show notes for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely worth a watch.
Yep. I appreciate the art, but did you ever read like Mickey Mouse comics? I know obviously they weren't really running first run at an age that we would have been. But I mean, did you ever like get a book of them or anything or read through them?
No, I never did. I've never been a huge comic person.
Okay, yeah.
Except for like that's not true. I like the comics that are in the newspaper, and it's probably because of my background and everything else. But I love those comics.
Well, that's what this is, right? I mean, this was a strip.
Was it? Because well, then this was never in our newspaper at any point, unfortunately. So no, I never have gotten a book of them or anything like that.
Well, it's worth a watch. It's neat.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
So speaking of art, Epcot is. They have their Epcot's International Festival of the Arts that started 2 weekends ago.
Yep.
This weekend coming up is the third weekend. And we talked about it when it was announced late last year. And I whined a little bit, I'll be honest.
No.
It seemed like, they were just trying to have festivals the whole year except for summer, But from what I have read on the internets and Twitter posts and everything else, this is getting such a great reception from everybody. I have not seen one negative comment about this festival. Everybody seems to love it.
What what could possibly be the negatives you think that somebody would have? It seems to be, just to play devil's advocate, how could anybody have a problem with it? What would you complain about?
I don't. I complained about it. It just seemed like a money grab, but that was cynical, Glenn.
I know that guy.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I think that I think that the initial thoughts for most of this was that Disney, they were just going to throw stuff in and call it a festival. But it seems like they've actually gone the extra mile and made it a true festival, more like their Flower and Garden and Food and Wine festivals that they have.
Right.
They have a special food booth set up, so you can try something different. Dining wise, they have seminars that you can take to learn how to draw, and one of them is they have photography 101 and
I'm going to
that. so I mean they're doing different things. They have the concerts that they have, they're not just bringing in Starship with Mickey Thomas.
That's always our go-to. It's so unfair to all the other C-list artists out there.
Is it really?
We don't mention them.
So what they have is Disney on Broadway. And they have, they brought in some of their talent from their Broadway shows. And they have them sing Disney Broadway tunes.
Okay.
So it's different enough from the other two festivals that they have that it seems like they've done a really good job. And one of the fascinating things that they have that I would love to see, and we'll talk about this in a few minutes, they actually have the original artwork from Herb Ryman and Mary Blair, two fairly well-known Disney. I don't know if they were Imagineers, but they're Disney legends, both of them. And Herb Ryman's the fascinating art that you actually get to see are the original pieces of concept art for Epcot. That's what they're highlighting, and those are the pieces that they have displayed. So the famous image of Spaceship Earth, it was on the actual original tickets for Epcot. That art, that actual piece is actually being shown in the Odyssey Festival Center. I haven't seen much of the Mary Blair art to know what they're displaying for her, but anything from her is fascinating.
Sure. Yeah, and I love concept art. So, and terrible with names, and so I didn't know Herb Ryman by name like I would like a Ralph McQuarrie for Star Wars or something.
Right.
But all you have to do is Google him and his pictures, and you go, oh yeah, I've seen that and that and that and that. And that stage of creating anything like that is so important because it sets the tone for everything that happens after it. So
That's right.
some neat stuff. So do they have? Is it one piece from him? Do they have a selection of his stuff?
Yeah, they have a selection of his stuff.
Okay.
Not. I don't think. I think they have like maybe 3 or 4 pieces.
Okay.
I think one of them is the concept art for Horizons. Obviously the original Spaceship Earth, but I don't know what else they have. So, I'm. What I will say is I'm very pleasantly surprised that they have done such a good job with this festival. Like I said, I was very cynical at first, but after seeing everything online, and once again, kudos to all of the bloggers and other Disney nuts out there taking the bullet to go out there and share, take pictures and share.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty? Is this a little guilty thrown my way?
No, it's actually not. It's nice. What's nice is for somebody in New Orleans that can see what's actually going on the day it premieres.
Right.
It's pretty cool, and it's not just the technology of digital cameras and internet and everything else. It's actual people going out there and doing that so that people like me can actually see what's going on. So
yeah, it is. We kind of forget what a luxury that is. We'd have to think back 20 years ago when it was like maybe somebody get back and maybe they'd scan their pictures in and do a write up or something. Trip reports used to be a huge huge deal, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I was supposed to go there already, but we had a busy weekend and then some kind of lousy weather as well, so I haven't made it out there yet. But I checked and it's running to the 20th, I think. Mm-hmm. So I got people visiting this weekend, but then
do you?
But then after I get rid of them, then I think we're gonna go maybe the following.
You really need to kick them out quick.
I'm trying to see if there's any way I can prevent them from actually arriving.
Oh, well, that would be even better. Priorities, man.
Yeah. Mainly right now, I just want to see these Herb Ryman works.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is there anything fun for kids at this thing? Do you know? Did you see?
Kids, you're so silly. Who do you think?
Yeah, at Disney World.
So I think they
no.
do have. I want to say I think I read they do have like the the kids art stations.
The Kid Cot things.
Yeah, but I think they have them special for this.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, I'll take that. I'll accept that. That poor half answer you just gave me.
Sorry, I'm looking, but
wait.
I just see these beautiful Herb Ryman paintings, and I'm drooling. I'm sorry.
How far back does he go? Like what era?
Who?
Like Epcot? Herb Ryman
Disney. The famous map of Disneyland that
that's what
Walt Disney himself brought to the bankers to say this is what I'm thinking of.
Hey, you
give me some money.
Bankers with no imagination.
So he came in. He called him up and told him to come on over. And they spent the whole weekend just sitting there drawing it. That's Herb Ryman. So he goes all the way back to pre-Disneyland. Now, and I think we talked about maybe having a podcast where we focused on it because I was just about to go into another story, and I really don't want to.
Sorry, I pulled you back. Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking at these pictures and I got fascinated, and because I in my Google search I saw those early ones, and I didn't think it went that far back. But you're right. Let's do a deep dive on that in a future show.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So,
yeah.
Speaking of people showing up at your doorstep looking for a place to stay,
did I mention that?
So I'm actually gonna be that guy, aren't I?
Yeah, you're that guy. It's the annual pilgrimage.
Weird. It is.
Mostly for a race, but
but this year I'm gonna show up a day early.
Yeah.
And bug you and your whole family.
See, and I was going to say, and I was going to take a day off of work, but now I know people at work are listening, so I can't get away with anything. So, yeah.
Well, maybe we won't release this until Saturday.
Oh, hey, that's pretty smart. But then they'd know afterwards. But
That's
whatever.
true. Well done.
All right, the mystery's gone. Yeah, so you're coming down, and you're gonna have kind of an interesting day. For you, you're gonna do like the introverts tour of Disney, right? Is that
Pretty
can
much.
Can we call it that?
Pretty much.
Which sounds dismissive, but I'm just jealous. It sounds like a great day. So what's your day gonna be?
All
What are you
right,
doing?
so this is my plan, and this is both for the podcast and for informational purposes between us.
It's work, honey.
So I'm planning on what I would like to do is as soon as I can get out to Disney Springs, and this is Friday. Excuse me. This Friday we're talking about. And
Well, don't tell everybody. There's gonna be throngs of people.
to see us? Oh shoot! I'm sorry.
Oh man. All right.
I-
Anyway, someday, not this Friday.
Some other day, not January 27th. So what I would like to do is go to Disney Springs and take pictures, spend a little time there, take pictures because it's all kind of new stuff there. And then what I was thinking about, you actually mentioned it, how much is a park hopper? And so that got me thinking, it's only $50 more for the park hopper. And since
It's only 50% more. Psychology.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking of going from there to Epcot and seeing the festival for a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna beat me. All right.
and then head over to the Magic Kingdom to meet you and your better half.
Yeah, and part of this, part of the reason for this trip is to do some nighttime photography, right?
Yeah.
Or to do some
So
photography.
for our audience, the whole reason I suggested coming down a day early is so that Chris and I could go and do some night photography. I haven't done any night photography since my trip in 2011 at Christmas, and even that I had I brought my tripod with me and everything else, and even with that, Tammy took the kids on the Wedway, and I had 10 minutes to do night photography.
Right.
So I took some shots of in Tomorrowland, I think it was.
Right. See, and a little background because we really haven't talked about it, and it's a little funny because one of the big reasons we became friends and the things we did most at Disney was take pictures. It was about photography, and this predated kids, right? So
It did.
We'd go there, and it was just to go see what kind of shots we could do.
Yeah.
And so it's a big part of our Disney experience is photography. We've been meaning
It
to
is.
talk about it, but it's such a big topic. I think we keep putting it off because it's such a big topic. Where do you start even talking about photography at Disney World, and especially now? Oh my God, there's such fantastic photographers sharing their work. And what they do in the parks that sometimes I don't even want to bring my camera, but I thought maybe you could talk about a little bit of what is. Do you have anything in mind for this trip? Because it's going to be relatively short. You're going to be doing a day, but for the most part, until we saddle you up, you're going to be on your own. Mm-hmm. Do you have any shots you're planning? What kind of gear are you bringing? What is this little photography mission about? What are you just free forming it? What's your strategy?
Yeah, so during the day, it's just going to be shots of at Disney Springs and Epcot. The lighting's not it's not ideal lighting, right? So it's pretty much just going to be the generic snapshots to document things more than anything, especially Disney Springs. At Epcot, I'll probably take pictures of the festival, certain things that I can only take there. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really concerned about those. But for the night shots, I'm gonna bring my tripod. I'm going to bring my my new. Go ahead.
Now, do they still allow tripods? I know.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be silly, but I know they don't allow selfie sticks, and
They don't.
And they seem to have they over the years they seem to have been very much against tripods to kind
Yeah.
of letting it be to kind of go back and
Well-
forth on how draconian they want to be about it. So,
Yeah, and I think that's it, Chris. Honestly, because what's going to make it tough is they're going to have the stupid Pro Bowl parade that day, and I'm wondering, as you're saying that, I'm wondering if they are going to be harder on photography because it's the NFL and they don't want the players are trademarked. I mean, I don't know, but that I am a little worried about that, but I'm going to bring it and see what happens.
sure. I guess worst case,
if I have to go back
throw
to
it
the
in a locker or
TTC
something.
and put it in a locker because I can't take it in the Magic Kingdom and put it in a locker, then
yeah.
I'll do that. So because of that, yes, I am also bringing my beanbag.
Okay.
Just to make sure, just in case I can't bring the tripod in, I'm bringing that.
And for those who may not know, that's exactly what it sounds, right? It's a fabric thing filled with beans.
Yeah.
The idea is that you set it down and you can put a camera on it. So if you're in a place you can't use a tripod or in some sort of angle you can't, at least you can get some sort of support and stability to the camera for low light shots. Right?
Right, and the famous trash can shot, right? You sit your,
Right.
your camera on top of the trash can, and that works great to a certain point, because if you wanted the camera to point up or down,
Sure.
well, that's a little tougher.
I
if you
just
don't
lift
have
up the trash can is what I do.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the beanbag allows you to aim the camera where you want it to actually be aimed. But it can also go on railings, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility than just trying to sit it on a ledge somewhere.
Right.
So, I think I'm gonna mainly use the 10 to 16 millimeter, mostly on 10 millimeter, and my fisheye.
Okay.
I think those are the two I'm going to try to use the most.
So pretty wide angle you're going to go for.
Yeah, very wide angle. And, that's actually kind of what I've been thinking about. I need to kind of go through a shot list, right? Put together a shot list of what I'm really trying to capture.
Right.
What I'm thinking, though, is Tomorrowland with the new blue rocks.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about those, by the way. I don't think
Well,
we've really
and
talked
that's
about
why I
those
want
yet.
to, take some shots of them, because I only
Yeah.
have them of the brown.
I didn't like the brown either, so I don't know what it is I want. but-
Yeah, and let's bring back the white spires that they used to have.
Yeah,
I love
guess
those.
so. I guess that's what it is.
So that the carousel progress sign I got to get.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
The Space Mountain, of course. But I also want to take. I also want to go in Fantasyland, because it's new Fantasyland, and
You
takes,
forgot to mention cabanas, but I'll just assume that's a given. So,
and
okay,
take,
Fantasyland.
take some of like Little Mermaid. Some of the attractions that
Some
I
of the
haven't-
newer things. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the Magic Kingdom, they've built those new spires on the ground. Does that make sense? I don't know what
In
you
the Magic
call 'em.
Kingdom spires on the ground.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Or
No idea.
because I haven't seen them in person. I've only seen them in photos. But
Spires on the ground. Where?
okay, so the blue. So I don't know where. So
Well, that should be easy to
so
find.
that's part of the photo safari that I'm going
in the
on
Magic
is-
Kingdom. What? Like, give me a land. Like where?
So on Main, well, in the hub. So
In the hub. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
'Cause I
Whatever. You're
haven't
going to
been
go
there. I
find a
haven't
thing
seen
nobody's
them.
ever heard of. But what?
So anyway, I want to get those with the castle in the background. I want to
Okay.
get the Main Street Electric. Oh, wait a second.
Well, thank God that's gone.
Do
All right.
that.
So you don't have to waste your time with that. So
I'm not looking. I'm really not looking to get fireworks,
Yeah. I mean, sure. Fireworks.
because that's a whole different animal. And I would rather, while the fireworks are going on, I'd rather be
Yeah.
taking photos elsewhere.
Totally makes sense.
So I'm thinking. So my thought is maybe starting in Tomorrowland and working my way that way. But
That way.
to Fantasyland.
Counter.
Because I'd like
There you
to.
go.
I'd like to take pictures of Splash Mountain and Haunted Mansion, things like that as well too. So
Yeah.
it's really going to be about photos. Like knocking some stuff out.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll be there for that part.
Yeah.
So
is
okay.
there anything that
Cool.
you have in mind that you
No. In fact, I may not even bring my camera. I just want to go hang out.
that you
What?
can't do that? The whole
Why?
purpose was to
No,
take,
it's your purpose.
no for us. No, you're the one who's. Oh my God,
I'm tired.
you're the one who suggested it in the first place. Not,
What's the point? Have you seen Tom Brooker's photos? What do I need to go out there for?
but that's the exact point: is to
I'm
not
just
to
gonna-
be better or to compare, but because you want to go out and you want to take pictures of things.
Yeah, I'll do something. I'll bring something.
You are killing me.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though. Going way back to, gosh, when was it? Was it early 2000s, like the 2005 or so? And I've been into photography practically my whole life since I was like 10 at least. I used to work in a couple different photography stores, and so I met you, and I had some gear at the time. I think I was still doing film. I'm not sure. And you had this little dinky little. I'm going to tell stories here. So you had this dinky little Olympus digital camera.
Yes.
It was a terrible little thing. I mean, by today's standards, especially.
By
it was
today's
horrible.
standards,
probably
it was a
like
good little
probably
camera.
like 1.5 megapixel, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was so impressed by the pictures that you got out of that thing. I couldn't. I don't know what they would look like today. We haven't looked at them in a long time, or at least I haven't. But just because they were nighttime, long exposure, and just like it was one of those cases of somebody really. And you weren't that studied at that point. I mean, I think you were just kind of mostly just doing intuition, to kind of figuring things out or whatever. But
Yeah.
you took some great pictures. I was impressed, and so I had to go out. I bought more gear because I figured if I had more gear, then I could take better pictures. And I think that worked for a little while until you got better gear. Then it was all over. But yeah.
No, so the real story is, I had always been interested in photography, and around that time, actually right before we met, I was debating on whether to get an SLR, a film SLR, but because they really didn't have, or even if they had digital. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for the youngsters, go check Wikipedia for film, what that is.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, my sister had a Canon, I don't know, EOS Rebel or something like that. I don't even know what it was, but it was a film SLR camera, and I asked if I could borrow it because she wasn't really using it. She took like a little photography class at the community college or something like that to try to learn about photography, and so anyway, so long story short, she let me borrow it, and I took it to Disney, and I got some okay photos. It had the kit lens on it, not anything spectacular, but I got like one or two shots that were like really good. So my decision was, okay, do I get my own film SLR camera, or do I get one of these newfangled digital cameras? And this was the year 2000. And so I thought about it. I saw the pictures that came back from my sister's camera after I had them developed, and I only had 24 shots. And
Yeah.
And so I was actually watching Tech TV, and they were talking about the exact model of the Olympus camera that I was planning on getting, and they did a review on it, and they were like, oh, this is one of the best ones you can get right now. And so I opted to get the digital camera instead of the film camera. And so, I started just taking photos and snapshots and trying night photography, and they never came out. The night photos never came out.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of resigned myself to the fact I'm never going to get, good photos, but I kept trying, and then we met, and then, we started talking and everything else, and you're the one that obviously helped me and told me what I needed to do to get better pictures. And so, my wife and I went out to Disney almost every weekend. I mean, we always did anyway, but I couldn't wait to get out there every weekend, and we would go at night, and I would try harder and harder and try to learn more and more about how the camera worked and what aperture was and shutter speed and all these other things that that go into making a good photo, and I use the trash can tripod, and then I graduated. I bought a little mini tripod so that I could angle it better, and then I bought a full scale tripod and had my little digital camera on top of it and everything else, and so it was a matter of just learning, and I had a pretty good teacher, and so
you know what they say, those who can't teach, so rock on.
please. And so I continually learn. I take my cues from you. You're always and always will be many steps ahead of me. But it's fun. I just like to go out and do it and see what I get.
Yeah.
And that's so that I used to buy a lot of stuff at Disney, souvenirs and things, and over time, these photography has become my souvenir. So
yeah, right.
All of the shots I
totally
take,
agree with that. Yeah.
that's what I'm taking home is the memories and the whatever shots I can get.
Right.
So anyway, so that's kind of the history of me in photography.
Well, cool. Well, and you have quite a few of your pictures up on Flickr, right? So I think we added
Yes.
a link on the website. So if anybody's interested, they can go hit that. Go check out your Flickr gallery. And I presume you're going to have to now put a gallery of these trips, this trip, some pictures
absolutely.
together so people can see it. So
Yep.
we can't wait to see what you do with that.
Right.
So while I watch you work your magic.
Oh,
All right. I guess I have to think about what I'm going to do now.
you better.
I might just, whatever you do, I'm going to put mine next to yours.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Do the same thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, no. I know what I'm going to do. All of my pictures will be of you taking pictures. That's probably my
There you go, and then
That's
that can be
probably
my profile shot.
It's been done before. Oh, real quick, back to the digital thing, because you mentioned the Olympus camera. That was actually my first digital one, too.
Uh-huh.
And I still remember my first trip to Disney World with that camera, because I tend to get a lot of technology before a lot of other people do. And do you know that little photo spot? Actually, they just got rid of it. I don't know why it's gone, but on that walkway from the hub to Tomorrowland, there was like a little cutout there
Sure.
for the castle.
Yeah. They got rid of that?
Yeah, I remember I sent you a picture or something. It's just it's just like fenced over, so it's just like gone. It's probably where your silly spires are. They probably had to do that. And anyway, so they used to have that little alcove there with like a little gazebo-y looking thing. Well, not a gazebo, but like a whatever. And they'd have a cast member just kind of standing there. It was before the place was crawling with all the Disney photography things like they are today.
Right.
But anyway, so you can go up and you'd give her your it was a her at the time anyway. You give her your camera, and they take your picture. And I still remember looking at her face. I handed her the camera. It was like I handed her something from some alien technology somewhere. She was like, "What do I do with this?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Just hold it up. You can look on the back." And I'm like, "You don't have to put it up to your eye." I'm like, "Nah, you just look at the back. You get the picture there." And she was floored. And while she's taking the picture, 3 other people stopped. And they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, it's digital photography. It's going to be the future." And everybody went, "Right."
Right.
And neener.
You can only see them on your computer. You can't print them out.
Right. Well, and there was literally like a 1 megapixel photo, and they looked like garbage back then. And, it came around.
It did.
It is so weird to think about it, though. When you think, I wonder what the metric is now for number of pictures from Disney World, like per day. It's got
golly.
look what order of magnitude would that be in? Tens of thousands?
Oh my
Probably.
God. Yeah.
In a day.
Well, okay, let's
let's do some math. Let's cue the math corner music. I knew it was coming. I hope there's a spreadsheet involved.
Well, okay, so let's say there's because
so
I think the max is like 30,000 people in the Magic Kingdom, right? So let's say
do 25.
there's
Let's do 25,000. It's easy to do.
Oh, that many? Oh, I was going to say like 15,000.
Okay, all right, fine, whatever.
Let's
For
say
20. I'm just trying to pick
15,000.
even numbers, easy numbers to do.
Okay, 20,000. How's that?
20,000. All right,
Right,
a busy day.
20,000.
It's a Saturday,
Right.
right? So
So
20,000.
everybody takes. I mean, how many? I would say, and I'm saying everybody because like even my daughter has
With
her
your phone and stuff,
phone
right?
and everything else. I mean, I would say you have at least out of the 20,000, you have at least I know I'm going to throw off your even numbers, but like
Let's say everybody
13,000
does
that have some
7.3
kind
photos.
of photography device, right?
That what? Say again?
Like 13,000 that have like some kind of photography device. Because you have kids that don't, like babies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You think it's higher?
Well, just do it. Just do it in half. Just say, okay, so like
right.
a husband and wife,
Okay,
or
all right. So
half
10,000.
are going to be the ones that are taking the pictures, and they're going to take roughly how many pictures in like the day that they're there. They get there.
I would say
they get there at 10 a.m. like a reasonable person, and they stay until fireworks.
Right.
How many pictures they take?
Well, they're going to take like at least 20 bad pictures of the fireworks.
At least.
The parade, they'll take, 10 pictures.
But yeah, how many floats are there times blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then on attractions with the flash on, they'll take
They'll
take another 10. I would say, let's say 50. Let's just be generous and say
Oh my
50.
God, I take 50 before I get through the gates.
That's
But,
you
all
and
right.
me. You're talking about normal people,
all right,
didn't you?
all right. 15. Okay, that's fine. So 10,000 people take 50 shots in a day. I think that's way low, by the way.
I agree, but just being conservative.
All right. Okay, be conservative. All right. So math. So what is that?
That's a lot.
That's more than 10.
It is.
10,000 times well, that's numbers.
500,000.
No, come on. You think it's that high?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Think about that. So like every day, like 500,000 pictures are getting taken.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I heard on some commercial. Oh wait, what? Something I just heard said that every day 1.2 billion photos are taken and uploaded to something.
Facebook.
Is it Facebook?
Yeah, I heard a similar kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean.
But that's
Yeah.
worldwide. And that was only one park we were talking about.
Okay.
No, I'm not disagreeing with it. I probably agree with your math. It's probably reasonable, but wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what people do. People should write in and tell us, like, how many pictures do they take in
That'd be awesome.
an average day? I'd love to hear that. I wonder what that is. And then plus you have the Disney photographers there. They're every
Right.
10 feet doing their
Right.
pictures. Wow. And that, friends, is why it is so hard to get unique photos of the parks these days.
Exactly.
Because every day there are a million, literally. Wow, think about
Yeah.
that. Literally a million pictures a day, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Throughout all 4 parks and everything. Sure.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm leaving my camera at home, but
No.
all right, cool. It'll be fun. We'll put up a little gallery. Hopefully, people.
Of both of our shots.
Yes, 200 of yours and mine of you taking those pictures. Cool. All right.
All right.
Let's see how it goes.
All right. So next, I just wanted to go through
A couple of news items,
a
maybe.
few news items.
All right.
Just go through them and comment briefly on them. The first one is plans have been filed for expansion at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
I haven't read about this yet,
Okay.
but I saw the headline,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking of all resorts that would need an expansion, CBR is one of them. I mean, is
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that thing just a sprawling city in and of itself?
It is.
You've stayed there. I don't think
I
I've stayed
have.
there, but you've stayed there. That thing is huge, right?
It is. The lobby is like they have a whole building that all you do is check in. It's not the lobby, like,
Yeah.
and so this place is really spread out.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So what are they going to do?
Disney can't officially say anything, but the reason is they're going to start building DVC rooms.
Really? It's CBR?
Yep.
It seems
Well, they have
odd.
nowhere else to build for deluxe, so they're starting on the moderates.
Wow. What? Oh, okay. I never thought about that. Are all DVC rooms deluxe resorts today?
As of right this second, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that would make sense. They're going to go down market a little bit, so to speak.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the plans show that they're going to build 7 new buildings, And one of the buildings is going to be a tower. And to touch on something that we talked about a couple episodes ago about, we mentioned the Bonnet Creek Resort.
Yep.
And how it actually backs up to Caribbean Beach, right?
Yep.
Well, so they're going to build a tower, and it's from the looks on the maps, it's going to block the view from the Bonnet Creek Resort.
Whoa.
Because apparently that's one of the best places. You can see all of the fireworks from all four.
Yeah. Well, I've been up there. I think I sent you.
You did send me a picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently this building's going to block the view from the Bonnet Creek Resort.
Sorry.
Oops.
Maybe we'll just put a couple of extra banners here and here. Just make sure you guys don't get too much sun.
Right.
You non-Disney hotel.
So
okay. So no. So what?
It looks like work's
what don't we know?
Work's going to start this year, and it's going to be finished in 2019. But as part of this, where the tower is going to go, that's where they have existing buildings and rooms, and they're going to tear all of that down to build this.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. DVC. We got to do a whole show on DVC sometime because I got thoughts.
Yeah.
I got lots of thoughts. All
Me
right.
too.
All
Me
right.
too.
Mm.
Next on the news list is Disney Springs now offers personal shopping services.
Yeah, I still can't get used to the name. By the way, I still
sorry,
still can't. But okay.
So
somebody has to explain to me what the Springs part is. There's no Springs there.
Yeah, there are.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Where?
In what used to be the parking lot is now a spring.
Okay, it's not like a spring. It's a
chlorine
fountain,
spring.
essentially. It's a what?
Chlorine spring.
Right. Just like God makes them.
That's right.
All right, whatever. Disney Springs. Okay, so what do we got? Personal shopping?
Personal shoppers, yes.
Oh my God.
Personal shopping services.
What?
So if you have more money than you know what to do with,
And there are a lot of people who do.
you can call up and book a session. And for the bargain price of $250 an hour, you will have a one-on-one consultation with a fashion advisor. You'll get recommendations to suit your style. You'll get beauty advice, including makeup and skincare tips, and special access to Disney Springs retailers.
Special access. Here's a side door.
Exactly. So they will meet with you, and they will, take you shopping for $250 an hour, and you buy the clothes and everything else, and then you can leave with stuff.
It's such a weird thing. I mean, because we have kind of an uppity mall here, the Mall at Millennia, right? And I mean, you can see that service there. It kind of makes sense. But like, who's going to Disney Springs for their? Are there that many clothing stores there? First of all, are we talking clothes? Or are we just talking general
It's
shopping?
clothes. So there's Anthropologie. There's Levi's.
Okay. So do I need a personal shopper to help me with my
Zara.
Levi's purse?
There's
All right.
Lucky Brand, Kate Spade, New York, and other familiar
I like
favorites.
Kate Spade.
Alongside harder to find brands like Uniqlo, Shore, American Threads, and Johnny Was.
I bought a Uniqlo shirt. I didn't like it. Huh. Okay.
Why didn't you like it?
I guess it's too thin. It's and I'm too fat. It's made for the skinny. The fit youngsters. And so not me. Huh. So all right. I guess this is just another chapter in the I don't know how you categorize it. Sort of the upscale luxury kind of
Yes.
monetization of services, right?
Correct.
Huh. Okay. Well, you're going to do this Friday, right? So and report back to the show how it goes.
I am not. I am going to skip this.
Oh, so you don't
So
care about our
sorry.
listeners.
I really
Okay.
don't.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I will.
In fact, they would just go
will-
to the Coke store and buy me like a Coke T-shirt, and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, guys, you got me.
God, I still haven't been out there for that. And I have a little bit of a Coke collection. Yeah, I need to make it out there. I'll put this out there. I will buy lunch for anybody, any of our listeners that uses this service to come on our show and talk about it. I will buy you lunch.
That's very generous of you.
Isn't it? But I get to choose the restaurant. Probably,
Right.
Probably the Earl of Sandwich, but yeah. I wanna talk
No,
to
it's
somebody
got to
about
be Planet Hollywood with the donkey
Oh, yeah.
sauce.
Donkey
Right?
sauce. Nothing could sound less appetizing than donkey sauce.
Come on, man, donkey sauce.
Come on. Come on. Is it just? I don't even know if I can say it on the show. I'll put it in and you
No,
can cut it out. But doesn't that just make you think
Yes.
of like artificially inseminating donkeys? Like
Yes.
that's like Zeke. We need to bring in the donkey sauce. She's ready.
I'm not sure that that's not what it is.
That's true. We haven't
It
tried
Guy
it yet.
Fieri.
What? How did you say his name?
Guy Fieri.
Oh, listen. Wow, you got the whole rolling of the R and everything. I just say Guy Fieri.
Well, there's no
Oh.
R. No, there's an R there.
There's no
but
R?
it's,
Yeah, there's
T.
an R.
It's he pronounces it Fiat T.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, that's just silly.
I know.
But aside from the donkey sauce, I can't even say that with a straight face. Aside from the donkey sauce,
Uh-huh.
that it's not on the rundown here. But that actually, I don't know. Am I just? That actually looks like a thing I want to go see at the redone Planet Hollywood.
Oh, I'd like to go see it.
Because it's like an observatory thing, and like
Yeah.
they totally revamped the vibe of it, which it
Yeah.
needed it. Man, that thing just felt so old for so long.
Yeah.
But it looks neat. I want to go see it. All right, you can have the donkeys. I'll bring you some extra donkey sauce. All right. So two things. Anybody on the show that does the personal shopping, and the first person to write us that they tried donkey sauce to give us a first-hand account of it.
Yes.
That's what I'm after.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of things that cost way too much, so you know that balloon at downtown Disney?
Yes.
Have you ever been on that? Did you
I
ever
have
do it-
not.
you ever do the right?
There's one main reason I haven't.
Oh, that's right. You're not a fan of the high places.
No, I'm really not.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I just I don't. Thing's kind of expensive though, right? You got it's like a $50 ticket or something, isn't it? Or am I?
I think it's $20 per person.
Oh, well, that's like $50.
And then if you go before, I think if you go before 10 o'clock, it's $10 a person.
Mm.
It opens at 8:30 in the morning.
There's an 8:30 in the morning out of Disney.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Has your family ever said, "Dad, come on, let's go on that"? No.
they have not.
And I don't think I've ever really seen like that many people go on it, but it's been there.
I don't think
forever
I've
now.
ever seen it in the air. Honestly.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. it
Do
in the
you?
air all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess I
mean,
just never noticed it or something.
Yeah, and plus it's kind of my commute route kind of takes me by there, so I see it quite a bit there. But I don't know if often I see it go up in the air, but nobody's on it. But anyway, they regardless, they have a new balloon now, right? An actual
Yeah, they
the
rescanned
actual
it.
graphics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the old one. It had some neat charm to it. I saw the new one a couple days ago from afar. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. From what I've
Suspenseful.
read, they I think Disney requested that they use the blue so that it fits in with the Disney Springs better.
Well, wait, hold on. The way you phrased that, Disney requested that they use the blue. Isn't that a Disney thing?
No.
What? It's not?
No. It's a third
That's-
party.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. I thought it was a Disney-run attraction.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, see, I learned something on the show. I don't know if anybody else did, but I learned that.
I don't think
I just assumed it had Disney characters on it and stuff before. Not that it couldn't have been anybody.
it did.
I just nothing about it kind of struck me as third person,
Yeah.
third party.
I tell you what, when I go out there Friday, I will. No, I'll go and take a look and see what the
Snag an interview or something.
if I can figure it out.
All right.
So anyway, so that's why they changed the colors on it to make it blue.
So
to
it fit in a little bit
with
better.
the-
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. The other one's kind of circusy looking, so it didn't.
It was, but I
kinda-
like the design like you did.
Yeah, I did too.
It
I had,
looked good.
it had a big star on one side, right? I think I have a couple of pictures of that.
it had stars like all around it, like
Yeah,
almost like
that's right.
Tinkerbell was flying around it, kind of.
Right.
And they used
Huh.
characters that flew, like Peter
Yeah.
Pan and Dumbo, and
Because they fly. I get it.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of Tinkerbell, you don't have the rundown, but you shared a picture a week or so ago of the view, and I've seen it before.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I love that view at the top of the castle,
Yeah.
like right before. I hope I don't spoil this for anybody. Right before Tinkerbell comes down on the wire, so it's a picture of up from that viewpoint and that wire down, and that's such a great shot because so few people can get that. So
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to bring it up so you put it in the show notes so people can see it.
Okay, I'll do that. But it's freaky to me.
Yeah.
I could never imagine being pushed out and
I don't
flying
think
down that
I don't
thing.
think they push them like it's a punishment.
I don't know. I mean, well,
gravity
she
just
may
doesn't
jump,
show.
but I mean, I know they have two people catching her on the other end, though.
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
we
with
used
pillows
and it's
or a
only-
mattress or something.
Yeah.
they use.
Yeah. It's only funny to us, every family has their little funny in jokes or whatever. Way early on, it might have been even before we got married. My wife and I used to joke that they would round up the surliest Disney employee of the day, and that's who Tinkerbell was going to be. So if you weren't nice to guests, if they caught you not being the most pleasant Disney employee you could be, cast member, then you're Tinkerbell. So it was kind of a running joke that we were like, oh, there's Tinkerbell for tonight. But anyway, so
That's
a
funny.
couple of times we thought so. So a couple of times we used to watch the fireworks from that show from over by the what's over there, some food station that nobody actually eats at. Like you go past the ice cream shop, past that restaurant towards Tomorrowland, right?
Yeah,
That's where that wire comes down.
correct.
And it's always great because you stand there and she comes down, you see Tinkerbell comes out, and you hear this big thud, right?
Yeah.
And she comes, she hits whatever barrier is up there, which is like, Tinkerbell wouldn't quite have that much of a thud, but anyway, regardless, it was a good picture. Go check it out.
Yeah,
Sorry, I digress.
that's fine. All right, do you have a charity pick for the week?
Yeah, of course, man. I do my homework. I'm a professional.
Cool.
So,
At least somebody
yeah.
does, because
Yeah, well,
I've been out of it.
Somebody's got to keep this show going.
Thank you.
Because I hear people watch it now or listen to it, or whatever it is we do. Yeah, right. So I'm thrown off because my computer just shut off. All right, there we go. So I do have one. I have no rhyme or reason for why I picked it. Only that this is a group that's always been high in my respect list. And it seems like they've even got more and more backing and interest lately. I hear their name come up more and more than ever before, and that is Habitat for Humanity. Have you ever done anything with them, related to them?
I personally haven't, unfortunately, but they have been huge in the New Orleans area.
Oh, yeah,
they
sure,
really
yeah.
helped after Katrina.
Yeah.
Rebuild homes.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's on my list of things I'd like to get to at some point. I think I mentioned before with United Way. A couple of times we went out and helped people fix up their homes, painted them, or whatever. And it's a nice feeling. There's something special about a home and the place that you live. And so Habitat for Humanity's entire mission is about helping people. It's not complete charity. I mean, it's not like people are just gifted homes. It's a program where they work with people to figure out what they can pay for a home, and then work with donors and other members of the area, I guess, and to figure out how they can get them in homes. A lot of times they're building new homes, but sometimes they're rehabbing existing homes or whatever. And then just recently, in the last couple of years, I've learned that they have stores now, similar to how like Goodwill has stores. So people donate things and you can go buy things. But these are like home related things. So it's almost
Very
like
cool.
going to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or whatever it is people have in their area. And apparently you can find some really amazing bargains. Somebody I work with actually found a set of kitchen cabinets, I think it was, and I guess they were cabinets that were ordered for some custom home, but they were the wrong ones, and so it ended up being in the builder's best interest to just donate them to charity, to Habitat for Humanity, rather than trying to return them and get replacements or whatever.
Yeah.
So these things were sold super cheap through the Habitat for Humanity site. Model homes, when they get rid of furniture and stuff, they often just donate it to Habitat for Humanity, and they end up in these stores. So apparently I've not been myself. I know there's a store relatively close to us. I haven't been myself, but I hear it's a great place for looking for home type of stuff like that. So that's my pick this week. Seem to be a good group. Check them out and help them out if you can at, was it habitat.org, I believe? Yeah. We'll put the link in the show notes.
Yes, we will.
All right.
Very good. Okay, do you have a pick for the week?
Isn't it your turn to go first? Who went first last week?
I did.
Okay. No, I think you're lying. You just made that
I
up.
am lying.
All right. Yeah, I got to pick. I got to find it back here again. All right. So it's I think I've talked about a bag before. I like bags, I like containers of things, whatever.
Oh, I don't. I hate bags.
Yeah, I know. But this isn't about a bag specifically, but I got a new computer recently, and it has the new USB-C type of standard to it, which almost nothing is natively USB-C yet while they make this transition. So I have a whole lot of what are called dongles and different cables and things for doing these adapters. And, I carry lots of technology for me. So I have lots of cables. I got thumb drives. I got all kinds of stuff, adapters for iPads and lots of these little things. And I don't know how you keep track of all this, but I needed a better way to kind of have all this in one place. Mm-hmm. And I found on Amazon this. I have no idea how you pronounce this, but the brand is BUBM.
Okay.
Sounds like something you wouldn't want, but anyway, the double layer travel gear organizer. How's that for a name?
Okay.
It is. I should send you a link so you know what I'm talking about. But basically they come in different sizes. I got the larger one that has like a so I'm trying to find the chat. I can send this to you in anyway, it has lots of different slots. While I look for this, lots of different slots and pouches and still looking for text. I think. Hang on. For all your little cables and doodads and extras and all those things that one would have to carry in their bag, but does so in a nice, neat way. This way, I always know the stuff's in there. So, I use it for my electronics in my work bag for all that stuff. But you could probably use it for like photography things and anything where you have kind of like a whole bunch of odds and ends that you got to carry around with you. So I got one of these, I don't know, a year or so ago, and I use it every day, and I love it.
That's very cool. I was actually looking for something exactly like this for this trip coming up, but I don't think I can order this in enough time.
You could have it sent here.
Well, I guess I could because I'm having other stuff sent there.
I'm getting packages galore coming for Glenn at my house. So, yeah, I'll be glad to be your personal shopper. That'll be $250, please.
Wait, there's only a $1 difference between the medium and large?
Yeah, it's like going to the popcorn at the movie theater. Right? You can get the 14-gallon bucket for $80, or for $81 you can get double that amount.
So which one do you have? Do you know?
I think I got the medium.
Yeah, large is probably too large, right?
Yeah, because it looks like that's a full-size iPad going in that thing.
It does.
Yeah, and that was just too big for my bag. So the other one's what I got.
Okay. But only $1 more. Don't you understand?
I know.
Like they're giving you.
God bless America.
All right, I might have to look at this. Okay, that's very cool. And we'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can see.
So you did after my poor explanation.
Yes. No, it's a good explanation, but yeah, no, that's awesome.
How about you? Where's your pick?
All right, my pick.
Yeah, come on.
You ready?
Hey, by the way, somebody told me.
Yes.
That they listened. They said, "Hey, I said, give me some feedback. What did you think of the show, good or bad or whatever?" They're like, "I really like the picks." So.
Oh, good.
All right. It's a hit segment.
All right. Well, here's the pick of the year. You ready?
I'm listening.
Okay. Go to, and I'll have a link in the show notes, and we'll have to put this link elsewhere. Go to redbubble.com /people/TronFM.
Hey.
And for our fans, you can buy all kinds of stuff with our logo on.
Awesome. Just in time for the holidays.
Just in time for the oh wait.
Wait.
So that's my pick.
redbubble.com/people/tron.fm.
Yes.
It doesn't like the .fm something or other.
No, Tron FM. No.
Oh, no
just-
dot. No dot.
Yeah.
Okay. No punctuation. Look at that. Like a professional organization.
Yeah, I don't know why the main. I don't know. I have to figure out the logo at the top of the page. It's blank, but you get the idea of.
Yeah, I want to get a tank top that so looks like me with with our logo on it.
Yeah, man.
That's perfect. Well, fantastic.
Should
Thanks
we have underwear too? Because that was one of the options.
Wait, there isn't?
No, there's not. But I could put some on here.
Oh, you can't. You get to pick. I've never done this, so
Yeah,
okay.
you get to pick. So
Yeah, of course, man. There should be. Explain. I don't know why they can't make black mugs. Have you ever noticed, like, all these places that do that? I've mentioned this pet peeve of mine before, that they do these custom. You can put your graphic on whatever. They're always white mugs. I'm like, I don't like white mugs.
I don't know.
I don't
So
like them.
I did the best I could,
No, it's not your fault.
and that actually took the longest. Was figuring out the freaking mug.
Well, I must say these are very reasonable prices, Glenn. So I think you've done the world
They
a service
are,
by
right?
putting this out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Fantastic. Stationery even. Awesome for all the letters I'm going to write.
Well, no, it's a spiral notebook or
look at that.
or a hardcover journal, like like a
Okay.
Moleskine.
Very cool. Well, thanks for
So,
setting that up.
That's my pick of the week.
Fantastic. All right. Is that a show? This was supposed to be a short show.
That's
Did
it.
not
It
know
is
that
a
one.
short show. It's only
Is it?
an hour and 10 minutes instead of an hour and 20 or 35
All right.
minutes.
Yeah, I can't believe you're gonna be here day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow.
I know, man. It's exciting.
Wow, I hope I don't forget to come
Can't
pick you
wait.
up. might
I
just
know.
Send you an Uber.
Yeah.
You'd be out at the airport all by yourself. Chris, take the Magical Express.
Yeah. So yeah, I only have one more day of work, and then I'm there. That's awesome.
I guess I have to clean out my car. This weekend's so much work for me. All right. Well, I'll see you. It won't even be next week. I'll see you in a couple days.
I know.
All right. Later.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Terrific Recordings of Nothing. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Tron_FM, and on Facebook at Terrific Recordings of Nothing. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at Tron.fm.